A problem I have in the workshop is with small parts. I've always found them tricky to organise. And there always seems to be so many of them, and every single thing is essential. I'm a big fan of these Stanley Fatmax cases to organise all my bits. And my collection of them over the years has really grown. Back when I was working out of the tent, I made this unit for them. The frame of it is made out of 18mm MDF with 12mm thick shelves. I just got a shelf pin jig and wanted to try it. So these shelves are held up with these little metal pegs in shelf pins. I thought it'd be a good idea because then I'd be able to adjust the shelves. But after 4 years with it, I have never moved a single one. But unfortunately, some of the shelves have moved on their own. There's a lot of weight on some of these, and the pins have worn away in the holes and become loose. It's not great. I can't remember now exactly why I made it out of MDF. I think it was just after COVID when plywood was still really expensive. But there's over 2 sheets of MDF in this, and the whole unit is incredibly heavy. So I think it's time for a new one. I'm going to build it out of some 18mm shuttering plywood for the frame. This should be lighter and stronger. So last week I built a sheet goods cutting platform, and I've already ripped some strips to the size I'm going to need for the Stanley cases. Now, if I'm going to make a change and build a new one, I might as well make it a big change. So instead of having it vertical, I'm going to go horizontal. So the first thing is I'm going to mark out how long I want this to be, or how tall. Now, I've got this bit of extra at the end that needs trimming off, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to leave it on there because it's going to provide some extra support, and you'll see why I need that in a minute. As I say, I want to make this lighter and stronger, and I think those two things can be linked because I'm going to use a housing joint for the shelves, which will make them stronger and the whole unit stronger, which means I can use less material. But before I can get those cut, I need to work out the position of my shelf. So I'm going to mark it out on the first side and then get it transferred over to the second. Now, to cut my slots, I have a 12mm bearing guided router bit that's going to be the perfect size for my 12mm plywood. So I'm going to get this fitted into my router. Now, I say this is a bearing guided bit, but I'm not going to use the bearing. I'm going to use the base of the router as a guide. And I need something for that to bear against. And what I have is a couple of scraps, and I'm going to make a little T-shaped fence. So to go against the plywood, I've got some 18mm MDF, and then I've got some 12mm ply that's going to go on top, and I'll get these screwed together in a T shape. So the first job is I'm going to run the router through this fence to see where it makes a cut. So now I can see where the router is going to cut, and I can line up that line with the marks I put on the wood, get it clamped into place and make some cuts. So that has worked with the router. I have my slots, but it was hard work. This router's as old as I am, so it struggled a bit. Well, we both struggled. So I think for the next one, I'm going to try a different technique. So for this one, I'm thinking I can use the track saw and a rail guide to nibble away and remove the material. That's 2 of them cut and the slots actually line up, which is always a relief that you haven't made a mistake on something this big. I don't think the router was a mistake. It probably was the right tool for the job, but you needed maybe a more powerful 1/2 inch router rather than a 40-something-year-old 1/4 inch one. The track saw worked great, it was just very time consuming. So I left the things long because I wanted the extra support for that fence I made, but I've got my line drawn, so now I can trim these off and I'm going to cut the offcuts down to be the top and the bottom of this unit. After all that work, then I'm left with 4 bits of wood, 2 sides and a top and a bottom to make the frame. So I'm just going to get them screwed together. Okay, we're all together. So this is pretty flexible and weak at the moment, but the shelves are going to stiffen it up. So now let's work out how big they need to be and get some ply. Get this out of the way for now. I don't know if I've got enough material to do all the shelves, but I'm going to get as many cut as I can. This shuttering plywood is all quite ugly, so what I have is some garden paint, black, to paint it with. I've just gone for this because it's so cheap, and as this is a bit of workshop furniture, keeping the cost down seemed a good idea. Right, let's get this all put together. I've started by getting the middle shelf into place, and then I think I'm going to get some screws to lock this one in, and then the rest can just slide in. That's it all together. I thought I might not have enough wood to do all the shelves, and I am 4 short, but next time I have some offcuts of 12mm ply, I'll fill those in. So it's much lighter weight than the MDF unit. Its 12mm ply is much, much stronger. So I filled those 2 requirements of this build. It's got the same capacity of the old unit, but it takes up 1/3 less floor space. and I have a plan for where it's going to go, but that is going to be next week's video. So you're going to have to tune in to the next episode and see where this is going to go. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.